flare this piece of brake line that's going all the way to the front of the car. And then I got these grips on here. I'm gonna connect the end on there and put a new fitting on there. So it ain't no compression fittings on the car. You know, it's just all double flared lines on here. So hurry up and connect this. It's raining, man. I'm soaking wet. I'm just still out here working in the rain. There we go. Start tightening on to that hose. The hose is a little dirty, but it ain't no leaks or nothing in the hose. And like I said, there goes the line. I double flared the line, put it in, and it's going all the way to the front for me to do the same. But the reason why I'm using this line, because I already put it under there before I got the Eastwood. So this came from Advanced Auto Park, but this line is good to go all the way to the front. And then I already did that line going up to this wheel, and the other line is going over to that wheel. So all the rear brake lines is done. Now I gotta get to the front and do the master cylinder and do the lines in the front. Type of flares that I was getting with that poly armor right here. This is that 3/16 of that poly armor. But like I said, these are the type of flares that I'm getting. With the Eastwood brake line. So I'm out here on my balcony creating my own brake lines. Shop told me they want $125 per line. It's like 5 lines inside this thing, so you do the math. Think I done learned me a new little skill. Maybe if I had a better flaring tool, these would come out even better. But I don't know why the camera ain't focusing on this, but I think it's time for an upgrade. You can't see it, but it's cool, man. It's decent. But like I said, this tubing, this is like $15 for a 25-foot roll. For the 1/4 inch and the 3/16 was $11.99, man. And the steel tubing is cheaper than buying it out of Advanced Auto Parts, O'Reilly's, or AutoZone. Just went to Eastwood, man, and kind of like this better because it's all I'm doing to achieve my curls is wrapping around this can. So I'm going to flatter ends of my 1/4 inch because I did the 3/16 already. Still out here, and I just did for my master cylinder. And look at how they got my little bends on for my master cylinder right there. Maybe I should have bent it from up here. The next time when I do the next one, I bent it right, but at least I got a nice little curl in it. That's gonna go in the master cylinder. That don't look, that bad. What I did was actually listen to this dude on YouTube, and I wrapped the fucking brake line around this bottle right here. Just a can of air removal, and I ended up with this type of coil. That don't look. Let me lay it down. That don't look that bad, man. I could fix that little bend right there. Let me see the one that actually came. This is the one that actually came out of the car. So maybe I should have just started bending it from right here, but that's okay. At least I still got a nice little curl without using this fucking tool right here. That thing, just take it and wrapped it around the can. Came out with that. So I'm gonna go and finish working. different variety of fittings. For the 3/16, you get 16 fittings in here. And for the 1/4, you get 14 fittings in here. Now all these different fittings was gonna help me out inside of this thing. And the reason why these bags was like $9.99 a piece, like $10 a piece for all these fittings. Because the fittings, like I said, I got from Advanced Auto Parts. None of these was fitting inside of here. So that's why I got 2 different bags of fittings. And when you get this from, like I got this from Advanced Auto Part, a 25-foot roll of this stuff, this polyarmor stuff was like $27. Probably with the taxes was like $27. But at Eastwood, the 1/4 was, I think this was like $15 for 25 rolls of this double wall steel tubing. And for the 3/16 roll, that was like $11.99. So you didn't really spend that much on this, and it seemed like to be a way better quality once you flare the ends of the stuff. So I got my little cheap flaring tool. I broke 2 of these tools from Harbor Freight. I broke one from the AutoZone that I rented, and I got this one from O'Reilly's, and it actually worked good. I put a socket on the end of that and just tighten it down. I got me a different master cylinder. It's tube bender that I got from Harbor Freight, but I'm having a hard time playing around with that thing. So let me go ahead and fabricate all my brake lines and then get downstairs and get under the car. Got some brake fluid leaking out of this side right here on that line, but as you can see, these are the fittings that I got from Eastwood. And look at the fitting that's on the end of that thing. All the rest of the lines are hooked up and they decent, but that fitting on that line it's not even screwing back inside the thing. And I moved my proportion valve from, it was like under the driver door under here somewhere, but I moved it up here so I can get to the lines more easier. So I'm finna end up cutting this thing off and putting this fitting on there, because this one easily screwed. There's one more section that's like right here on the valve, and see if that worked. Because I did have like a lot of brake fluid leaking out of this side, and maybe it was because that fitting in the line wasn't screwed all the way in. So we go on and chop that fitting off and put this one on and see if that solved the problem. Alright, so what I ended up doing was flaring another piece of brake line, and that line that's this thing right here, I messed up the flare on that, so I'm just going to take the whole damn thing out. I made another piece, and there go the end of it, and I'm gonna just swing it on around to the other end of the car, and it's gonna fit in there in this holes like this. So that'll be a little easier than me trying to flare it under the car, because like I said, this one right here is kind of messed up, but this one came out nice. So I'm liking this new camera on this. It's a GS7, so it's a nice little camera. Hopefully my videos come out a little clearer now. But anyway, let me go ahead and get this piece of line on in and see if that work out a little better. Okay, this is what I'm working with now. I just did this whole line over right here. I don't have no leak on that. The car is running. Alright, this is what we're looking at right here. Let me see. I got a tiny ass drip. You know, it's coming from there. I wonder if I just gotta tighten it up some more. And then I got the same little tiny drip from right. It's not really leaking. It's just, maybe if I could just, let me wipe that off with a towel and see what that do. Even though I might just need to tighten it up just a little bit more. Let's see. Let me wipe this off with a towel. See if it's leaking now. See if I get that drip back. Ain't coming back so far. No drip over there. It's not over there either. Maybe I'll let the car run it for a couple of days to see if I get anything right here. Maybe I just need to tighten this up a little more because that's the only part that's dripping right there. But the good news is nothing is leaking in the back. I done already checked that. I'm not gonna go back under there. But here go the good news. My brake light went off. I don't have no lights on my dashboard no more. So maybe I can just tighten up those little nuts a little more and see if I get any leak out of there. But yeah, my brake light completely off now. Even I didn't bleed the brake, so it's still going to the floor. You see, it's still going to the floor. I ain't bleed none of the brakes. So we're gonna leave it right there. Now I know that I can bleed the brakes and I can get this done and over with. I'm glad my brake light went off now. Naturally, I can just bleed the brakes this weekend. Come back down here. Now I finally put that door on now. I ain't mad at the car no more. She can get a new door now. I just gotta bleed the brakes because it is. Pedal still going down, but I'm only getting that one little drip that I might can handle. I'm glad my brake light went off, so